Alright guys, so listen, I'm making this video really to kind of spread like awareness for like the way people think and the way their mind shift is. Like people say there's no security in like chasing businesses and trying to be online content creators or whatever you're trying to do. I'm just using my case for example because that's what I used to get a scare tactic for that when people would say it's not stable, all that, which is obvious. That's very true. But no matter what you're trying to do, whether you're making a business or something, um, I seen a video earlier today and it was talking about how people are going back to 9 to 5s and all that because it's unstable as a content creator and this and that, and that's very true. You're not gonna have the limelight. You're not gonna make this a longevity career most of the time. Like people are in and out, and that's just how it is in any type of entertainment, whether it's music, acting, whatever. Like it's hard to become a big fish in that pond and just stay relevant, which is why people are always in and out. But you can't let that be used as a scare tactic against you. And yeah, there is security in a job, but there's also places and people where you can lose that security. I'm not going to go into too specific details because it's kind of personal, but there's people in my family who I know and situations I've been in where I've seen them lose comfortable jobs because the company's closing down or because they're moving to this place or something happens and something so there's always going to be some form of non-security no matter what you do, and we don't really live here long enough to really have time to chase our dreams and stuff. So I think we should all live by what we truly want. I'm not telling you to go out and be reckless and not find security and have and not work a job because that's so delusional. So many people on the internet nowadays are telling people to chase their dreams, do that, this, that, which sounds good on paper, but I know there's a majority of people who aren't in financial situations where they can't afford to do that, and that's understandable. So I'm not really talking to people who've made their mind up, who have families, who don't have the time to risk losing everything, who don't have the time to. I'm not really talking to y'all because I get it. It's completely understandable to not want to risk losing everything, and you have too much to lose, and you can't take that risk because you got people looking out for. Understandable. I'm talking mainly to the people who are in my situation or who were in my situation, where you kind of got a lot of spare time on your hands. You want to do this, but you're nervous because you don't know how to start. You don't know how. You know what I mean? Like you have time to start. You still have time to risk losing that stuff. You have all those times to go back, and if you make mistakes, you have time in your life to go back and figure something else out. You don't have families or kids to look after. So it's easier for you to take risk and to try to risk stuff, but don't let people scare you out of not doing what you want. I used to watch videos like that on the internet and it would mess up my head and I'd be like so nervous and like now I'm second guessing everything and I'm like, oh, how's this gonna affect me? This and that. People are saying it's super oversaturated now and all the scare tactics people will say, and which is all they're all true, by the way. I'm not saying they're not true. Everything they're saying on the videos is true. It's more oversaturated. It's gonna be hard. The financial thing is not gonna be. It's never gonna be stable. You're gonna always be trying to move with a chip on your shoulder, fall off relevancy. All that is very, 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 very true. Don't let that fool you. That's very true. But that's just what comes with it. And once you're able to accept that challenge and that sacrifice, and you know that's what comes with part of it, then you can move forward easily. You're not going to be able to move forward if you're always second guessing yourself. So you have to be comfortable knowing that those are the risks and those are the potential outcomes that are in the future for you if you take this path. And like I said, that used to bother me. It used to make me nervous. I used to second guess it. But then I became comfortable knowing it's an all in or nothing decision. I think it's easier if you're all in versus playing the fence. Because if you're playing the fence, you can never truly elevate to where you could go if there wasn't for the fact that you had some form of doubt. You know what I mean? If you had no doubt at all, it'll elevate your performance because now you're not risking nothing. You're not playing it safe. You're going all in and you're making the best of your situation versus kind of wanting it but not wanting to. You know what I mean? You have to make a decision. Either you're going to go for the security, you're going to go for the whatever you're doing, which is completely fine. There is people overvalue being an entrepreneur or whatever nowadays. And if I'm being completely honest with y'all, I don't even really classify myself as an entrepreneur or nothing because not only am I doing this and not making money, but in the event I was making money, I feel like it's kind of a cop-out job if you really think about it. Like the social media thing, yeah, people make money off of it, but I think they tend to overvalue how hard and you know what I mean? Like I get it. There is businesses and social media personnels who got LLCs and all that other stuff in their names and all that, but I look at it as like a hobby that's fun and enjoying. So like I don't look at it as something I'm trying to, you know what I mean, have all these types of written down. You get what I'm trying to say? Like it's just content. There's nothing to really stress out over. for me, my goal is, and my goals are pure, and I'm not trying to, become some super clout fiend and all this. So for me, it's probably not as stressful as others because my goal is to just go full time and be able to enjoy doing what I do for a living. So I don't need to make millions of dollars and be in every brand deal. I don't need that. So for me, it's a less of a risk factor, which is why I'm probably more comfortable talking about it and not really worrying about falling off and all sorts of stuff because I'm not gonna be out here spending millions of dollars every year just to look cool. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to make this video too because it's like a lot of people aren't really doing what they want because they're nervous or they don't want to, have something they're gonna lose. And to ever be successful in anything that has to do with like really being out there, you're gonna have to get out of your comfort zone. You're gonna have to make that step. And I feel comfortable making that step now. And in the event everything all crashes and burns, I can be happy knowing I at least tried. But I'm in a position to be able to do that. Not everyone is. So, like I said, it's really up to your own will. You have to really decide for yourself if you want to do that or not. No one's going to be able to make that decision for you. But once you do decide, it's going to be a decision that you stick with for the rest of your life. And you'll know for sure how confident you are in yourself once that clarity hits you. Like, I watch videos like that all the time now, the whole doubt and this and that. And there's never once a second in my head where I'm like, man, maybe I shouldn't. Like, I made a decision. I'm sticking with it. I'm not wishy-washy. I'm all in or nothing. And that's pretty much it. But if you need help making that decision, just give it some time, give it some thought. It'll come to you eventually. But don't let other people's fears, other people's insecurities stop you and scare you from doing what you want to do, because at the end of the day, we're not going to be here too much longer, and it's too short to be lived. So that's pretty much it. If you guys made this fun video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next upload.